Kirk, you're of course avid listener of the show. You've heard Clayton rail against these Pixar movies time and time again. You know, he won't give Elemental its due. He's not going to give Wish any credit now for these holds. Do you feel like Clayton has been fair, or do you feel like it all stems from Matt Bellany of The Town snapped at Clayton when Clayton said that Pixar was creatively bankrupt?
Sure.
Said my kid loves them. And since then, do you think Clayton has had a grudge against Pixar, or has he been fair as an outside observer?
I think both can be true, as a matter of fact. I think both can be true. I think the appeal of Pixar now really is like 42-year-old men who walk out of these movies and like look at the sky and they're like, maybe one day I can fly too, like the old guy in Up or whatever. Hey, maybe my toy will talk to me today. And it's like, no, you're going to go to work tomorrow and be miserable like the rest of us. And these talking clay things are going to be no different in your life. No, it is rooted in perversion, I think, Pixar, which is okay. Wow. There's money. I mean, look, ask Larry Flint, my buddy Larry Flint, ask him. There's money in them perversion hills, you know?
Right.
But no, he is, I think, you know, Matt probably triggered him a little bit. But again, like, I think Matt was triggered because there was a lot of truth in what Clayton was saying. I am Team Clayton on this one.
Right.
No question. You know, I'm Pixar'd out. I now, where we probably disagree is I would give Elemental like a double because of its legs. Like, I would give it a double.
Right.
Wish is not obviously Pixar, but it's just a bomb though. Like, that's not even that's like inarguable. What's it? It's like 50 million right now.
Yeah, it is at 54 million. Wow,
I mean, what do we? I mean, that's not even like I don't care if it dropped 40% from nothing. 40% of nothing is nothing.
Well, that's the thing, is you can't just look at the percentage drops. You have to look at what it was earning. And Elemental, listen, I'm not saying that it was a complete and total disaster, but I cannot get on the train that this is that Pixar is on a positive trajectory, that it's coming back, that it is anything but on its last legs. That even if a movie does decently, I think as a creative, and I'll stand by this, creatively, I think it's creatively bankrupt. And I don't think it's one of those things where it will never come back. But for the next few years, it's going to be this constant churn of either big sequels that are empty, vacuous, or it's going to be these small new movies that nobody gives a crap about because they are for 45-year-old Obama era sort of Parks and Recreation watching people.
Wow, that I've never heard anything more damning than deeming an entire audience Parks and Recreation fans. That really puts it all into perspective.
Now, to be fair, and I don't think this means they're any less creative bankrupt because it's an existing idea. Inside Out 2, I think, is going to make $1 zillion next year. Like, it could make $1 billion worldwide. That's a movie like Frozen, like Toy Story, that's carried over to like multiple generations. Like, it's not just going to be the 46-year-old frustrated guy who, you know, is going by himself to this. Like, the kid, their kid, I think that's going to make $1 billion worldwide next year.
Yeah.
Well, you know, Bellany's kid's very much into ennui, so that should be good. That's going to be big in the Bellany household.
I think I agree. I think Inside Out 2 is going to be the one where that sad 48-year-old is going to think they're going on their own and be pleasantly surprised when their kid runs out with the toy.
He gets the kid for the weekend. He picks the kid up at Chick-fil-A at the food court at the mall. Mm-hmm. And then before he actually, you know, he's used to asking the kid, hey, you want to see a movie this weekend? No, Dad. I want to go home. I want to watch Dude Perfect. You know, I want to listen to Boy with Uke. But now the kid's going to say, you know what, Dad? Yeah, I remember that movie. I want to go see Inside Out with you. And they'll hold hands and the dad will cry. And it'll be okay. For a couple of hours, everything will be okay.
Yeah, the dad will get to see the imaginary toy come back to life again.
Yeah, it's
the imaginary friend. He's
crying person.
Yeah. You know, I agree. I think that's the generations. It's going to be the sad divorced dads and their kids coming together. Inside Out 2. $1 billion right there.